It was really an interesting story. My youngest daughter and I were at church together with my wife, and she leaned over to me after they had talked about the upcoming trip and said, "Dad, let's go to Haiti." And I said, "Okay." And it was really just a prompting of the Holy Spirit, I think, at the time it was time to stop playing games and waiting for someone else to do it, and for us to make the commitment to go. We had just come back from being out of state with my job, and so there were a lot of questions around financially. Could we do it? Would we have the time to do it as well with my job? But we made the commitment, and myself, along with my two girls, went on the trip to Haiti. You know, I think Don loves Christ, and he's out there on the front lines, and he's the conduit for us as a congregation to reach those that are less fortunate, that need help. And the trip to Haiti really was an amazing thing. I didn't know what to expect. I'd never been out of the country outside of going to Mexico on vacation. What I realized was that poverty in America is not the same poverty that there is in other places. It was just a very humbling experience to see how people lived, what very little they had, and yet they still had joy. They still got up every day and did the things necessary to live life. And it was really more of, you know, as we sat as a group there in Haiti, I think most of us realized that it wasn't Haiti that needed us. We needed Haiti. And the way that Christ spoke to me and to my family through that trip has been life-changing. You know, through Pastor Senior, through Pastor Don, it's really in a variety of ways, through his music ministry, but also just his support of the orphanage, and through the local church there in Haiti. In any way they can find resources to touch people's lives, they're finding a way to do it, and they do it with such humbleness and such grace. It really, when you see it firsthand, you see the love of the children at the orphanage and how they truly love Don and how they truly love Pastor Senior. They didn't view him as an administrator, they viewed him as a father. And that's what really touched me, is to watch the kids just love on them, and then to sing the songs that they did, and just to experience the joy that they had for being where they were. Although it was it was just a very humbling experience to see that. I think discipleship is being the hands and the feet and the voice for Christ. And once you really come to grips with the idea that Jesus loved me when I was really unlovable, you know, he loved me in spite of who I was, that is humbling, and it really gives you a sense of the value that you have as a person. It's not about you know, being in a fancy church. It's about being out there and just loving people, and being Christ to those who need to know him, and just doing it in any way possible. The easiest way to get involved with Don's ministry is just to learn about it and get on his newsletter. And every month I get that, and it's really helped me to stay connected to what's happening in his world and what the needs are. And then from there I just pray about those needs, and people can get involved and just make that commitment to pray on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis even, for the ministry. They can donate, be it through a major project like going to on a trip, or just giving, you know, making that commitment on a monthly basis to give to the ministry, and to help to make the work that's being done a reality. I don't know that I do that much. I just know that I serve because because I love Christ. And when you serve from that perspective, it's not about you, it's not about what you're doing or how you're serving. It's just simply being able to be prompted by the Holy Spirit to take that step of faith and then allow Christ to do what He does. Music is the universal language, and so I love to watch Don. He's such a talented musician. And he's worked to develop that gift that he was given. And so it breaks down barriers, and no matter what the culture is or what the language is, it has the ability to communicate that passion, that love that he has for Christ, and I think it touches people's hearts. You know, I would just say that if you've never been involved in a missions trip, and you've been prompted, but you've always kind of shut the Holy Spirit out, it's time to step up and to allow that work to be done in your life. The trip really impacted myself, but it's changed the course of really the lives of my two daughters and what they want to do with their life and how they want to impact orphanages and serve and to love those children. It's really been a remarkable thing to watch, this last 12 months and how it's impacted them.
If you know of a ministry that we need to know about, please give us a call, 888-641-8606, or take a look at our website, revelationstv.org.